How you're doing, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Time for a vlog, and this will most likely be my last vlog before Christmas. So I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for the support that I've been shown this year. It's been outstanding. Thank you so much for helping the channel grow and evolve into what it's become now. I'm so pleased. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas if you celebrate it. And here's to a fucking fantastic new year. Now then, on the subject of profanity, I'm not fucking doing it, basically. I'm not going... I put a post up about going family friendly. And that kind of came from chatting about having 12,000 subscribers but only getting less than 1,000 views, and how the maths didn't add up and how we could make the channel grow. And basically YouTube don't like fucking swearing, don't like profanity. It likes family friendly channels, so they're always, the algorithms and everything else is all geared up to promote those, and not ones where oily fucking oinks like me swear like drunken pirates as they're going about the daily fucking bits and bobs. Now, the truth of it is, I don't make the videos and I don't run the channel with some desire to make it into the next biggest thing. I just do it because I fucking do it, yeah. And I don't want to be number driven. I don't want to be chasing subscribers. I don't want to fake it up in order to get successful. So I'm fucking not. I'm just going to be myself. There you go. If you don't like it, then either don't watch, or if you want a family-friendly version, turn the sound down and put the fucking subtitles on. They'll be up there or up there, wherever they are. You can subtitle it in English, yeah? And it'll... What, your grandkids won't be able to keep up with the subtitles. You can talk along and explain what's happening and have a bit of interaction instead of using me to entertain them, solely to entertain them, and so on and so forth. So maybe that's a compromise. Maybe I'll put a warning on the start of each video, warning I say fuck a lot, you know what I mean? Don't know, but either way, what you see is what you fucking get. Right, that's that. So happy Christmas, fuck all of you. Right, now we have a mail call, I love this, from the Wood and Metal Garage. Let's try and get this the right way up. Wood and Metal Garage in Fort Worth, Texas. Go check them out. Wood Metal Garage, yeah? Find them, great channel, fucking happy days. That's going on the fucking toolbox. We're going to keep that. And the rest of this vlog, I'm fucking going on. It's a long one, isn't it, this intro? I might have to edit it into bits, which you won't understand when you play this back, because I'll have done it. There you go. It's going to be the few days that lead up to Christmas. I've got a few bits and bobs to do, so I best keep the heater on, because it is a balmy 4 degrees in here. Drink plenty of hot coffee, and have a great week. Let's do it. Lots of love. First up is the big wide thing. The GSX, wide at both ends. It's got its own playlist. We are looking to mount these forward controls that are Harley based. I think they're Chinesium, but I might be wrong. If they're not Chinesium, I'll be surprised, but I've been surprised before. We've got to mount these fuckers. They've got to come right out here somehow. I'm not even sure how we're going to do that, you know, so, don't know. I think that maybe that needs to be changed around or something. or something. So either way, we're looking at some lathe work. I'm going to be turning chunks of this down, this bar, and that'll give us the mounts that weld on and bolt on, and happy fucking days. That's the way I think. Next, we've got a bit more engineering from our Paul, ex-fireman and his mutant, on those socials. That's his Insta is ex-fireman and his mutant _ and his YouTube is DNEPR works. I can't pronounce it because he's big catastrophe. It's East European. Anyway, his clutch push rod's fucking snapped with a big catastrophe. So we're going to spin him a new one up. This EN16T, this is. He sent me some steel and it turned out to be tool steel, which I can't fucking do it with. I can grind a point on it and use it as a tool. I can't machine it. And we got the drawing, which is fucking bob on. So we've got a nice bit of fine machining to do on that one too. I'm really looking forward to that. We'll get that done and hopefully sent off to him before the new year. Last up, we have the final instalment of the forward controls, which seem to fucking take longer than the frame to make. If you follow the playlist that is the Triumph, I'm trying to get it in shot. This Triumph Chopper, man, my Triumph build, you'll see that I re-engineered the linkage rods and went to stainless steel clevis and all the rest of it. The new master cylinders come, so we need to drill the holes out to take a M8 bolt, so the bolt on the frame, and we need to see how this screws into this and how it all works. So that's going to be the a little add-on to that, which I probably won't include in the playlist because it's a bit of fuck all like. But the biggest thing for me is going to be where to mount the remote resi, because you don't throw itself on there like. But we'll sort it. Off we go then. First job, cutting slugs. I worked out we need 2 spacers at 3 inch, 2 spacers at 4 inch, and then 4 at 1.5 inches. The longer ones are threaded, the 4 longer ones are threaded, and the 4 shorter ones are countersunk to take an M10 caphead bolt. All will become apparent as we get on the lathe and get machining up. So these are the blanks for the forward mounts on the GSX, and I'm just facing them to length. I hope I'm running backwards. So I'm going to touch on, come off, move in a bit, do a cut, and then I'll do the same with the other end, measure it, and these need to be 75. The long ones need to be 100, and from there I'll turn the outside diameter down to 28 millimeters, and then it drill into M10. So pretty standard stuff. So here we are with the bits that weld on the frame. They'll take 10mm bolt and the bits that bolt up from each end to space off the foot pegs on the old fucking white boy build. So yep, that's the lathe work done. Another quick sneaky peek, fucking still up. Hey, we made a plate. Oh fucking hell, what a game. So we made a plate that takes the pivot for the gear change and mounts the foot peg in the same kind of place as the rear brake side does. So we'll be chucking that lot back together and getting it mounted on. So yeah, I've just filmed a segment for me to build on this, and it's look at the pile of bits I've got. So basically I'm going to bolt this plate back on and put a long bar through where the foot peg fits on the brake side on the right hand side, and then we can use that to get a balanced position for this one on the other side, on the left hand side, can't we? That's what I'm going to do, and then we'll get that together and we'll get that tacked on, and then we need to look at you want some groovy foot pegs. They're like pedals, kind of. It's hard to explain, but you'll see it if you follow the build. Right, and here's the forwards that I'm doing. Demanded some special pegs which have just been made. If you follow the playlist or follow me, if you subscribe, you'll see the video going up, part 2 of the forwards on the wide GSX edition, if you like. So check those out. Right, last job before Christmas. This is, and it's up to a balmy 5 degrees in the workshop. What I've got here is a length of EN16. I'm going to make a clutch push rod. There you go. So I've got the drawing, I've got the materials. This is for our pull. I think first thing to do, I've already faced that end off to see how it machined, and to be honest, it was a bit fucking not sure about it. So it was. So I think what I'm going to do is put a centre in there, get 200mm of it, 8" of it sticking out, like, and go from there. So there we go. Scream if you want to go. Okay, so I've moved you, and we've got this supported, tightened, running all right. I've not allowed myself enough room to get a tool in. There you go, fucking schoolboy error there, so we'll push the tailstock back quite a bit. I don't like doing this because it leads to inaccuracies. The more you got hanging out, the more likely you are to be off, you know, there's more room for movement. Tighten that up. There we go. It's running all right. Get this tool in. We're going to have to cop that over, aren't we? To miss. Oh, fuck, it's tight. So we'll cop that over. To miss, look. We could probably have less than that out. There we go. That is about where I need to be. So I'm going to touch on, I'm going to take a measurement. Move then. That'd be right. I'm going to touch on. I'm going to take a measurement. So I've allowed a few millimetres this end. But that's about fucking right. Just do a little cut. Just see where we end up. We want to be 9mm on the nose, so let's see. We are at present 9.4 still. That's a bit fucking random, isn't it? I took a slight cut and it's still the same size. 9.39, so I've set that. X 9.39. Here we want to be 9. So let's just check that I'm still on that. Yeah. So we'll wind it in. We'll go straight for 9. Or we'll leave just a little bit over. It's not over crucial. It just runs through a tube. As long as it's not a mile off. You know, it won't bind, and as long as it's not too skinny, it won't bend. Well, it ain't gonna do that. The material's better than that. So I'm gonna machine this all the way up to the chuck, and you can join me when we get there. We've taken that cut and we've had a measure, and we're running out of cut this end, but we were cutting quite happily that end. So we've realised that the tailstock is this way, off centre. Now I've had a measure and done my maths, and it needs to move that way 0.225 of a millimetre. 0.225, so 1/5 of a millimetre, which is fucking a lot, you know. So So we'll diversify. We'll get on that instead, won't we? We're gonna have to fucking have a quick jiggle and piggle and get everything about right, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, I've got my dial. People always cover them up. Just get glare on off the light. I've got my dial indicator mounted in my tool holder, and I've wound it in until it hits 0. I'll go again actually, go another turn. So we're actually at 1 mil 0. That is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen off camera. I'm going to loosen off the screws that hold this on, and it needs to go away from me by 0.25. I've just slackened that one off and it's come towards me, so I'm going to slacken the other side off a little bit. That should give me some wiggle room to wind this one in now, and we want to see a reading of 0.225, and that should be about true at that length. So we're going to go 0.22 and a half. That gives me. Come back to the other side. Tighten that up. See, it's crept back a bit, so we'll tighten, snug this one up. Really fucking hell, that is tight. So there you go. So that's about true now. Now I can fuck this off. Put my tool back in. Come on. It's stiff. 3D had pretty lovely. Matey made a lovely job. He never had the one I wanted, and he got me to send him the measurements, and he made me the one. Fucking brilliant. 3D printed. Anyway, get my tool back in. Put the light back on, let the dog see the rabbit. And now, when I cut, I should be bang on. So that is, oh, hold on, it's 0. 0 my scale. Measure that. That's 9.15, which is fucking no wrong with that. That'll do, absolutely that'll do. So I'm going to touch on that, at that, and I'm going to run a cut all the way along. So I'll join you when we get down the other end. Now, do you know, I've just realised I've fucked up. I was increasing the number, which is pulling it towards me, and I wanted it to go away from me. So I just did a check with the tool and set it at 0 and so on and so forth, and realised that I was off. So I'm going to move it again. That I'm going to go round to 0 and pull it not this way, which is towards me, take it that way. So we want 7/8 it wants to read. Yeah, so if I can find my tool, just crack that off. Got going in the right direction, and then we'll tighten the other side up and push it that way, which is easier said than done. So we'll go 7/8, but we'd already moved it to 22, so we need to go another 22. Let's 0 it, look. So we want another 7/8 is going to get us where we need to be. That's back where we were. Back to 7/8, which is fuck 7/7. Which is fucking tight. Hold on, bear with. I'm just working both screws either side now to get fucking where I need to be. There we go. So, unless I've dropped another fucking bollock, get off. Right, we're good now. So, no. can touch on again, touch on there, take the slightest cut, and that cut should now increase as it goes along and not decrease, although you won't, it's immeasurable, you know. It was 0.2 of a millimetre, whatever it was, down this end, which is fuck all. 8 thou, well, that's quite a lot actually, if you set it like that. But we'll work our way along and I'll join you again down the other end. So here we go, we're just coming up to the end now, and you can see it's taking a healthy cut. It's gone from just skimming this surface to taking a deeper cut that end, which is absolutely the way that we needed it to go. So I'm going to knock the feed off there, 0 Madeiro, and have a measure. Right, what we got? We've got 8, 9, 4, 5, 8, no, 9 on the money that's showing, hold on. 8, 9, 8.95, 9, 9, 8.9, 9 on the money. Down here we've got 8.9, pull it off, 8.99. So nothing, there's nothing in it. Any difference is a finer difference than these will measure properly over that length. I'm well pleased with that actually, that's alright. 8.94 that's showing, and this is showing 8.95 if I squeeze it, but it jumps a bit when you move it off. 8.92, 3, nothing wrong with that. 8.9 all the way along, happy days. So now I can fuck this off. We can get that out of the way. right out of the way, and we can take it out and put it back on the shelf, because this is my last job before Christmas. So we won't be using that again. There you go. And I'll put my centre drill, little centre drill holder on the Morse taper that I made. There's a video showing how I made that from an old drill bit on my channel. And we need a little bit sticking out. We need to turn 5mm depth down to 5mm. So first of all, I'll square my tool up. I want to just over square, I want that, which is about there. And we'll face off that centre drill mark, because we don't want an hole in the end, do we? I don't think. No, there's not one on the drawing, so I'm going for a no. I'm just going to move you so you can see better. It's going to be the worst video ever, but yeah, there you go. There you go, how's that? Not better? No, not better. Yeah. So we'll machine that off. Come on. Oh, I went deeper than I thought with that, didn't I? All the way up. Here we go. That'll do nicely. 0 Madeiro. Have I got 5mm? Oh yeah, I've got 7. Right, touch on. And I know that I want to be at 5mm diameter, 5mm deep. So there's your 5mm deep. Let's have a measure. We've got 8.37. So we'll set a DRO. X equals 8.37. I've got it wrong, hold on. X is 8.37, I'll put 5, enter. Right, now we can take that down to
We'll go 7mm, we'll get rid of the excess. 7mm on the money. Down to 5, come on, which is, yeah. Now we'll go 1mm cuts, so it's 6mm, and here comes 5. This should be finished size. Down to 5, which is there. Off with that. Break that edge. Can't get in to break that edge, so do it with a tool. Like that. Got a knife with that. There it is. I'm going to pull it out of it, which I need to do for the next operation. Anyway, so break that edge now. Now I can get to it. Right. The next thing we need to do is cut 2 O-ring grooves. The O-rings are 6 by 2.5, so we want a 2.5mm wide groove, and these are 6, which I'm guessing is the OD. Let me have a quick through the back and measure. It's not, is it? It's the ID. So we want to be 6, which is 3mm off the OD, 1.5mm deep, 2.5mm wide. Let me check my tooling. I'm hoping that I've got a form tool made up that's going to do it. If not, I'll use my potting tool. So bear with. I have. I've only gone and got one, haven't I? This is going to be spot on for it on the end of my 45 multi-purpose turning tool. I don't know what I'd grand that for, but that is absolutely spot on. So I'll get this set up, and we'll go from there. So we've got that clamped in. I'm just setting the height with my height gauge. Again, there's a playlist. It's on my playlist. Fucking invaluable bit of kit that is. So lock this off. Here's the spanner. It's funny size this. It's a big 10, whatever that is. So this socket don't quite fit this. It fits everything else. Hence I don't use this tool post very often, it's a tool holder. Anyway, that's that, we're square to that. We just need to become square to the job, which is what we use the 321 block for against the tool holder. Like this. Do that a little bit more, bear with. Tighten that in there. Undo this and wind it up until everything goes parallel. Look there, cutting that up, sorted. Now I need to check on the drawing and see where from that end these go. So it's got 20mm in total, so 10mm. Oh, that's all right. And I don't think it's over crucial. So we're going to guess the middle of the tool. We know that actually we know the tool's 2.5mm, so we'll touch on it at 0, and then we'll go 1.25, which is there, 0. Now the middle of that tool is bang on the edge of that job. Do I need to slow things down a little bit? Probably. So we'll go down to 480. Which is there. We'll touch on, which is there. That was a clumsy touch on, weren't it? Right, now I'll move along 10. Need to back out a bit. Move along 10. I'm not going to get to 20, am I? Hold on, let me have a rethink. How close am I? 20 mil altogether. Right, so forget that. Fucking hell, I'm making a pig's here with this, aren't I? Have more out. 20 mil altogether, so you're going to want a good that much out. Right. Do the setup thing again real quick. So we just touch on left to right there, 0, and we're going to go 11.25, which will give us where we need to be. 11.25, and we want to go 1.5 mil deep. So here we go. So we'll just touch on. We'll 0 RX, and we'll go into 1.5 mil deep, which is nice and steady. There's a mil. .5. Back it out, move it along to 21.5. Which is there. Touch. And into 1.5 mil. Nice and steady. That's there, bang on, that is. Just dress that with a bit of fine wet and dry paper. A bit of 400 grit. And that's that and done. So, what I need to do, we're not happy with that. And bear with me. That's better. Like using the biggest file in the world to just touch on these edges that aren't really edges. Right, that's that done, that end. Now we need to make it length. We need to make it length, yeah. Use English language, Ralphy. We need to machine it, we need to turn it round, cut it off a little bit long, and then face it off to length, and do a 45-degree angle down to a point. So, I'll go and trim this off and see you in a minute. Right, I've just cut that and faced it, and if you can see there's a fat bit where I've not machined the outside down. That's the difference. I couldn't get 9mm in the material, I had to get 3/8, and that's the difference between normally 3/8 is that lip, that fat bit. I'm just trying to show you. Yeah. Oh, well, you saw me machine it. It don't matter that I've not quite gone far enough by the time I machine this end and sorted it, because that's going to be gone with a 45-degree chamfer. So what does matter is that it's the right fucking length, which is going to be difficult to measure on camera. We've got 197.67, and it needs to be 192. Oh, that was well too long then. Yeah, 0. Oh, let me have a double check. 1976, we'll call that. 1975, if I strain it. 1975, and it wants to be quite a bit shorter, so bear with me.
Right.
I've set a compound at 45 degrees, maximum file size, 4 gigabyte release, just giving me warnings. So I don't know what that's all about, bear with, and hopefully it'll record this. I'm setting my compound at 45 anyway, so I'm just going to take this off to a point, look. Just like that, little bit, move in, little bit, move in. That's going really well. The one he sent me, the broken one, had a proper fucking point on it. So I'm going to do my best to get this as sharp as I can. More better. A little bit more. A little bit more. Now, right, now I'm going to do a real fine, slow finishing cut. Oh, I reckon I can get another little bit. Like this. And there we fucking go. Bob's your answer. If I had me a bit of 400 to it, to hand, I'd give that a polish, but we'll do it with a fire. Beautiful. So that's it. Job done. One DPNR. Yeah, you know, one clutch push rod. Ian 16. Cheers then. Thanks for coming. Well, hey, so there you go. Last one of the not of the year. There might be one between Christmas and New Year. I'm hoping to sneak in and get a bit done on my Triumph. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for the support. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it's been a wonderful, wonderful year for the channel and for me. Everything's sweet, and I want to thank you for your support, for your subs, for your likes, for your comments, for all of that shit. Get on board. Lots of love, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. And I'll catch you maybe in between Christmas and New Year. We'll see. I might get a chance to do a bit on the old trumpet and put a video out. I might just collapse and fucking rest with my feet up eating mince pies by the fire. You know, we'll see. Either way, I'm done here. And I'm off home now. I'm going to get cleaned up and I'm going to get a drink in me. And I'm going to get a fire lit. And I'm going to start the first day of my holiday tomorrow. So, big love everyone. Have a great one, and I'll see you soon.